what's up, everyone? Your host, Lawson Turner, back with another episode of the Cover 2 podcast. Now, I'm going to be doing these videos a little bit different since I started uploading. We've been doing just a couple long videos, an hour plus, a couple times a week. I'm going to try and change this up as opposed to doing long overviews. We're going to be highlighting the games individually and trying to do it like that as opposed to generalizing everything, try and do it little by little by little. So we have an early game today. We have an international game. The Jags taking on the Bills. They should be kicking off in about an hour and a half. So the keys, my biggest thing, how will the Bills adjust with the loss of Tre'Davious White? Now they come off of two outstanding weeks, crunching the Commanders 2 weeks ago, and then shutting down a Miami offense who no one has a blueprint how to stop this offense. Even though the Bills shut them down. Now, we say shut them down. They still scored 28 points. They just couldn't stop the Bills. And Josh Allen has the ability to do what he did last week and just play like the monster, the machine that he is. He can be when he plays at his best, he can make argument for best quarterback in the league. But with the good that he has and possesses and all his ability, he can also look like the quarterback that he looked like week one. Now they're riding a 3-game winning streak. Uh, for the Jags, they're bouncing off a nice win in London against Atlanta, but they're off. There's still something off about this Jags team. I thought this Jags team was going to be firing on all cylinders with the addition of Calvin Ridley this offseason, but other than the first week, it hasn't panned out. I like the Bills in this spot because I think the presence of Von Miller making his season debut this week, I think it's going to be something that they can rally on. Like, okay, we're down to Davis White, but we're getting our elite pass rusher back to make his season debut, as mentioned earlier. Now, the key to this, I don't think the Jags are going to. I don't see the Bills punting more than 4 times this game. I don't. I don't see the Bills punting more than 4 times this game. I think the Bills could go up and down on this Jacksonville defense, but I think this game was going to be played within the 20s. Who can capitalize in the red zone? Now, if the Jags or the Bills could hold the other two threes instead of sevens in the red zone, I think that will determine your ball game. I do like the Bills in this matchup though, because I think that even though the Bills did lose to Davis White, which is their number one corner, which this would have been a game to, okay, wherever Calvin goes, Trey, just go follow. Just go follow him, and you don't have to shut him down, but just don't let him snap off. I think that I think the lack of having a number one corner to at least make it difficult for number one guys like Calvin Ridley, like in their conference, having to eventually play the Bengals in the playoffs if they have to. I think that is going to be the biggest challenge for the Bills for the rest of the season, trying to find. And over the past 2 weeks, they have found 3 weeks, they have found a little bit of the run game going. I know last week it was just Josh Allen could do no wrong, but Trevor Lawrence is that guy too. Even though he hasn't had the season that he's hoped for, as it stands right now, with the Bills being 3-1, they're tied with the Dolphins for first in the division. Well, I say tied. If the season were to end today, the Bills would win it due to the head-to-head. Now, the Jags, this is a big spot because if they can knock off the Bills and get some momentum going, this could be one of those games that we look at in a month and say, "Oh, this is when they turned it on. This is when they started to get momentum when they beat the Bills and started to get it rolling from there." I think the win against Atlanta, we expected that. Now, like I said, I think this is a big spot for Trevor Lawrence and the Jags. With all that being said, I'm still taking the Bills to beat the Jags because I don't see, like I said earlier, I don't see the Jags forcing more than 4 punts this game. I think if two things need to happen for the Jags to win this game. Josh Allen needs to come down from what he was last week. Because when he was playing like how he was last week, he's borderline unstoppable. They need to force at the minimum 2 turnovers, and Trevor needs to take care of the ball. So win the turnover battle by 2, and hold them out of the end zone when they get in the red zone. If they can hold them from turning threes into sevens, I think that'll be a much that will now obviously it's easier said than done, but with a quarterback like Josh Allen, when he has a golden arm, there's sometimes he wants to show it off, and sometimes he throws to the wrong team, and sometimes he just lets go of the ball when running. All that being said, I'm still taking the Bills, and let me know what you guys think. I think that this is going to be a really interesting game. I should be out. It should be up and going before kickoff, but I just wanted to get this out there and try and test out the new kind of videos, the shorter ones, as opposed to just a giant video, because no one wants to sit and watch an hour-long video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.